Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video. And today we have an expansion for Mage Wars, the customizable strategy game of dwelling mages. This expansion is Conquest of Kumanjaro. So I picked this up at a flea market, and it came inside the base set that I already did the unboxing for. So I separated everything out, and I wanted, even though I don't have the actual box for the game any longer, I did want to show you what the components would be if you wanted to purchase this expansion. Again, the Conquest of Kumanjaro. As you can tell, it has a rule book in it, has some cards, has some markers, action markers, and has some tokens as well that are included. So again, this is an expansion. You must have the Mage Wars core box set to play this game. This does not have the very, very large rule book. As you know, the rule book that came with the core box set is very voluminous. It has a lot of information in it, and you need this core rule book specifically to use this expansion. So as always, let's crack the box open. There is no box, but let's see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. So of course, as always, we will start with the rulebook, which is very, very small. So we've got the Conquest of Kumanjaro. So it says, far to the south across the Viridian Sea lies Kumanjaro, a sprawling continent of wide savannas, dense jungles, and untold riches. It has remained untouched by the cultured nations of North until now. First child of the wizards of sortilege described a place where they could craft their bizarre experiments free from the judgment of the other nations. The Ivarian Empire followed shortly after, seeking vast riches in this untamed land. They returned with tales of an aggressive warrior tribe calling themselves the Jokatari. Hearing of a people without the light of Asira, Westdock sent colonists to bring radiance and enlightenment to this foreign tribe. For a year, the settlement of Hertham grew. The last communication from Hertham was that the Jokatari had sent a war party claiming the Assyrians had invaded sacred grounds. An expeditionary force sailed to Kumanjaro. They arrived to find the citizens of Hertham slain and their heads adorning pikes around the settlement. Led by the priests of Malachi, the expeditionary force marched into the nearest villages and avenged the peaceful citizens. Only then was their folly revealed. The Jokatari were not just a warlike tribe, but a thriving nation with their own mages trained in the ways of nature magic. They were well prepared and able to retake Kumanjaro from the foreign invaders. So again, this game is brought to you by Arcane Wanderers. So that tells you a little bit of background information about this expansion here. And it tells you who the new spellcasters will be that will be joining your fighting in the arena. You have the Jokatari Beastmaster, who has archery skills, sprinting, wounded prey. It has a marker for that. The Priest of Malachi, which is right here. Malachi is fire, and he is a holy avenger. So again, you can use the spell books which were included in the Mage Wars. This does not come with spell books, but we have here you have the core set of cards that are used for each of these. So these guys are ready for battle. You can jump right in. And again, if you want to pick up additional spells, those can be found in the core set of Mage Wars. Okay. Also on the back here, the codex tells you a little bit of the different tokens that are going to be included in this expansion. You got bleed, extinguish, intercept, prevention effects, struck, restrained, unmovable, tainted tokens, and the credits of all the good people who brought you this game. The core box was released in 2012. This was released in 2013 by Arcane Wonders. So there's your rule book. Then immediately we can take a look at the decks of cards that come with it. Again, this is the Malachi Priest. Again, it starts off, again, all the backs are the same. Now, I'll give you a little helpful hint. When looking at the cards, and if you're going to play with the core set, which you need to do, all right, you're going to notice on the bottom of the markings all the way down here, I'll bring it to you really quick and close. And right there, this will tell you which expansion it goes with. So when you're looking to set cards together, like they drop the cards or whatever, they're on the game board, and they get you know, mixed up for whatever purpose, because all of them have the same, again, the purple, the green, the red, for the different types of spell cards that you can have here. All right. But again, you go down there, right down there, it gives you the information of which expansion they're used for, or which expansion they came from, shall we say. So, okay, let's start again. We have the Priest Malachi. He's got his type of training. So he's a high elf, trained in the Holy School. Dark spells cost triple during spellbook construction. The priest counts as a priestess, using spells which say priestess only. So the priestess was also in the core box. So the spells, extra spells that he can learn over time, if you're going to use him from multiple games, you can get those out of the core box. He has the Holy Avenger ability, the Malachi's Fire. All these icons are explained within the core rulebook. So again, got the priest. So he's got the Colossus Belt. Mage gains the tough -2 trait. You've got the Colossus Belt, Colossus Belt, Colossus Belt. The Spell Wand. The Spell Wand. Eagle Claw Boots. Let's see what this says. Mage gains the unmovable and climbing traits. Great for scaling the Mahatara Mountain in Kumanjaro, and then not getting blown away by the winds at the peak. Okay, Eagle Claw Boots. Hunting Bow. Hunting Bow. Again, if we look at these cards really quickly, on the top, it tells you what type of card it is. So these are equipment cards. Okay, Boots, Hunting Bow. You have your Conjuration. Enchanter's Wardstone. So we got here, zone exclusive, flame immunity. When an enchantment you control would be destroyed by a spell or ability an opponent controls, prevent that destruction unless that opponent pays 2 mana. Joke Tari Trickery. It will require more power to unseat them. So Wardstone. Now again, you have a bunch of these cards here. The question is how many of these cards can you have in your deck or in your spell book at one time? That question is answered once again in the core rulebook for Mage Wars. So again, you have your enchanted Wardstones, you have your Wizard's Tower. Side card this time, you got Wall of Steel, extendable, acid +2, lightning +2. The Wall of Steel loomed before us, its dark exterior soaking up the light of midday like a panther lying in wait. Got a couple of those. Okay, now again, we're moving on to enchantments. Spiked Pit. Spiked Pit can only target a zone with no enemy non-flying creatures. When an enemy non-flying creature enters the zone, you must reveal Spiked Pit. Spiked Pit immediately attacks that creature, then destroys Spiked Pit. All right. Again, all the icons which are up top are explained to you in the core, and down here, it's all explained to you in the core rulebook. Armor Ward. Divine Might. Enchantment Transfusion, Healing Charm, and that's your starter deck. All these cards are included in your starting deck for Malachi the Priest. So I would assume that is what we would call the good guy. Now let's so you can see a little closer. Sorry about that. Then we got another deck here, which we'll try to open very quickly. Again, I always open these cards off. Nobody wants to see me cut my hand off on film. So let's continue moving this on. Let's continue moving forward with this. Again, all the backs are the same. So again, if you get these, like if I took these cards and threw in there, again, you'd open this up, and right here it gives you a listing of all the spell traits that this comes in their set. But again, if the cards get with the core box set or another expansion, which I'm going to do another video for, again, you look down here, and it tells you right there. It tells you which, basically explains to you which set they go with, which is always a good thing. Again, we have the Beastmaster Joe Katari. All right, hopefully I'm not butchering that name too bad. Beastmaster, and he is a human, or she is a human, I should say. Trained in the nature school, fire spells cost triple during spellbook construction. Wounded Prey, sprinting, archery skills. Again, all the icons are explained to you in the core rulebook. Surging Wave, it says here, nothing down there. Surging Waves. These are your attacks. It's your attack deck. Surging Wave. This is your creatures that you can create. Your Bridge Troll. Regenerate 3, flame +2. I could kill him with fire, but it'd be easier to just build another bridge. Direwolf. Dwarf Panzerguard. Intercept, lightning +2. While guarding, Dwarf Panzerguard may add +3 to his defense roll shown above. Dwarves are masters of armor and defense, and their sentries are renowned throughout Etheria. Galador, Protector of Straywood. Creature. Galador. Gargoyle Sentry. Giant Wolf Spider. Guardian Angel. Makunda. Screech Harpy. So now we move on to our incantations. So you have Akiro's Battle Cry. Epic Warlord only. All friendly soldier creatures in the arena gain the fast and charge +2 traits until the end of the round. Drain Soul. And then we have our equipment. Reflex Boots. Mage gains a defense 7+ 1 time. Agility is the greatest asset on the battlefield. Sunfire Amulet. There you have it. So that is your starter deck for your Beastmaster Jokatari. You also have your action tokens. You get 10 of each color, and you would use that yellow with the yellow, green with the green character. And I'll take one out just to show it to you. There's also blue and red in the core box set, so there you go. So when you play these guys on the board, you could see them very nicely. So again, you get 10 for the yellow and 10 for the green. Okay. Yep, 10 and 10. Excellent, most excellent. And of course, you also have your tokens. We have some different tokens in this one. You have the Holy Avenger. Front and back are the same. Very cool. You have Wounded Prey. You have Tainted. Tainted, this can't be healed. So all these are the same, but you flip them over, it's different. So you've got Bleed, upkeep, take 1 damage, remove with healing. You have Slam, incapacitated, replace with Daze when activated. Another Bleed one. So on the front it has Tainted, on the back it has 3 Bleed and 1 Slam. So that's here. Here's another Tainted. That's another Bleed token, which we read already. Then we have some tokens that say Stuck on them. So we look at the Stuck, it says Restrained and Unmovable, roll 7+ to remove. Again, in the core box set, you get a D12. That's what you would use this for, to try to get away from what looks like spider's webs. You're stuck into place. Now you flip those over, you have different tokens. You have Bleed, 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 and Bleed. Again, the Bleed says upkeep, take 1 damage, remove with 1 healing. And again, you have the Slam, incapacitated, replaced with Daze when activated. Those are your Stuck tokens. You have some ranged markers. On one side it says ranged. This is the flat side. On the curved side it says melee +1. It also says, let's see, you got armor +1. So again, on one side it says ranged for those who are shooting with a bow. Then you got armor and melee. Put those over here. Let's see what else we got here. Again, you have the melee. Flip those over. You got armor. And 2 more of those. And a little baggie to keep these all together. Again, you asked me why did I put that ranged over there so you could see that as well. You asked me why there's no box today. Again, like I said to you, I picked this up at a flea market and I picked up the core box set of Mage Wars, the customizable strategy game of dueling mages by Arcane Wonders. I picked that up, but these cards and all these tokens and stuff were all included within that box set. So I got one price for the core game and 2 expansions. So I just want to share it to you in case you wanted to see the unboxing of this expansion. I figured I'd show it to you guys. This way you can have, if you wanted to pick it up, you would know exactly what you would be getting, minus the box, obviously. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. Again, today it was Mage Wars, the expansion, Conquest of Kumanjaro. Of course, you can't use this expansion unless you have Mage Wars, the customizable strategy game of dueling mages core box set. It'd be pointless if you only had these. So anyway, as always, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. You can also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time release any new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well. Enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.